On June 17, 2016, an anonymous attacker began draining funds from the DAO, a decentralized venture capital fund built on Ethereum that had raised over $150 million from thousands of investors. Over the next several hours, approximately $50 million worth of Ether disappeared into a digital black hole. The theft wasn't violent, but executed through meticulously crafted code that exploited a subtle vulnerability in the DAO's smart contract. This wasn't just a hack. It was a crisis that would force Ethereum's community to choose between two irreconcilable philosophies about blockchain's fundamental nature. The DAO had been one of Ethereum's earliest and most ambitious applications. Designed as an investor-directed fund where voting rights matched contribution size, its smart contracts automatically allocated funds to projects approved by token holders. For weeks leading up to the attack, security researchers had warned about potential vulnerabilities in the DAO's recursive call structure. These warnings went largely unheeded until an unknown party began executing what became known as the re-entrancy attack, a method allowing repeated withdrawals before the smart contract could update its balance records. As Ether flowed out of the DAO's wallets overnight, Ethereum's developers scrambled to understand what was happening. By morning, forums like Reddit and Ethereum's developer channels erupted with panic and debate. The attacker had exploited the DAO's code perfectly, technically violating no rules, just using the smart contract exactly as written. This presented Ethereum with an existential question. Should they respect the code is law principle and accept the theft as valid transaction, or intervene to reverse it? Vitalik Buterin initially proposed a soft fork that would blacklist the attacker's address. Other developers suggested a more radical hard fork, effectively rewriting Ethereum's transaction history to return the stolen funds. The debate split Ethereum's community along ideological lines. Those favoring intervention argued $50 million in losses could destroy confidence in Ethereum just as it was gaining traction. Purists countered that changing transactions violated blockchain's immutable nature, setting a dangerous precedent. Developer discussions from this period reveal the depth of disagreement. Gavin Wood advocated caution, warning forks could open Pandora's box of governance issues. Wilcke supported intervention, stating the community's survival mattered more than ideological purity. Lubin's ConsenSys team drafted fork proposals while miners debated whether to implement them. The Ethereum Foundation struggled to maintain neutrality as pressure mounted from angry investors. For 5 tension-filled days, Ethereum hovered on the brink. Exchanges suspended Ether trading as prices plummeted. Lawyers debated whether reversing transactions constituted securities fraud. The attacker even posted an open letter claiming the withdrawal was legitimate under the DAO's rules, a technically accurate but ethically dubious position. Meanwhile, thousands of ordinary investors who had poured savings into the DAO faced total losses. On June 22nd, Buterin formally proposed a hard fork. The plan required miners to update their software to reject the attacked transactions, essentially restoring stolen funds to a recovery address. Voting commenced, with Ether holders and miners signaling support through various channels. The final tally showed approximately 85% favored the fork, a clear majority, but with significant opposition. On July 20th, at block 1,920,000, Ethereum split into 2 chains, ETH continuing the forked version, and ETC preserving the original immutable chain, including the attack transactions. The aftermath exposed deep fractures among Ethereum's founders. Several key figures who opposed the fork, including developers who had worked on Ethereum Classic, left the project entirely. Others criticized the fork as proof Ethereum wasn't truly decentralized if core developers could change transaction history. Proponents countered that community governance was exactly what made Ethereum resilient. Either way, the episode demonstrated how philosophical ideals fared when confronted with real financial consequences. Technical repercussions emerged quickly. The fork created logistical nightmares for exchanges and wallet providers who had to support both chains. Some decentralized applications broke when forced to operate across competing histories. More fundamentally, the event challenged assumptions about smart contract immutability. If Ethereum could rewrite history once, what prevented future interventions? This question continues influencing how developers design contracts today. The hack accelerated changes already brewing among Ethereum's leadership. Some founders grew disillusioned with the project's governance chaos. Others doubled down on enterprise-focused solutions they believed would prevent similar crises. The divisions mirrored earlier splits over centralization, but now with higher stakes. Real money had been lost, and Ethereum's response established precedents affecting its legal and technical future. Looking back, the DAO hack marked when Ethereum graduated from theoretical experiment to real-world financial platform with all the accompanying complexities. The hard fork revealed that code is law sounded better in white papers than when facing $50 million losses. It also proved Ethereum's community could coordinate effectively under pressure, even if that coordination came at the cost of ideological purity. Within 12 months of the fork, several founding team members had quietly reduced their Ethereum involvement. Some launched competing projects with different governance models. Others shifted focus to private blockchain solutions where such crises could be managed discreetly. The DAO attack didn't just test Ethereum's technology, it forced every founder to reconsider what they wanted from decentralized systems and whether Ethereum could deliver it. Ethereum Classic still exists as a minor cryptocurrency, maintaining the original chain's principles despite minimal development. ETH became the dominant fork, but always carrying the lesson that no technical system operates in a vacuum. Future debates about protocol changes, from proof-of-stake transitions to scaling solutions, would inevitably reference this defining moment when Ethereum chose pragmatism over purity. The split between ETH and ETC symbolized a deeper ideological division within crypto itself. Should blockchains function as perfect, impartial machines, or as community-governed networks adapting to real human needs? Ultimately, that was something the original 8 founders would never agree upon.